You see Appendix A, page number 148. Appendix A, page number 148. For here, we will be connecting the provisions of RCM and exemptions as well, along with input tax credit. Okay, say this. Question number 1. Mr. THARUN'S, a registered supplier of service in Bengaluru, Karnataka, has provided the following information for the month of February 2018. Intrastate taxable supply of service 5,20,000. Intrastate means it comes in CGST, SGST. So outward supplier, inward supplier. So first you need to know every transaction while reading. Is it supply or not a supply? Then second thing that you need to know is that is it taxable or exempted? Third you need to know is that is it outward or inward? Then only you will know whether it is FCM or RCM. Okay. And finally you will know if it is your inward supply means you will put it under RCM liability if you have. Otherwise there is only ITC. Suppose if it is your outward supply, either you will pay GST or your recipient will pay GST. Okay. So basically what we have is a classification into four. Okay. So supplies will be classified into 4. Supplies are classified into 4. So in don't write, just listen. Outward, inward. When it comes to outward, again there will be like 2 divisions, that is FCM or RCM. Inward also 2 divisions, FCM, RCM. Okay. Now you are the person. So what will happen with respect to this FCM, outward FCM? Will it be added to the liability? Yes. So it will be taken to the gross GST payable. Gross GST payable. So this 1 will come, but this 2 will not come here to that person. Why it will not come to that person? Because it will be taxable in the hands of the recipient. So don't add it anywhere. Just we will write the note, but we will not add it in the liability. What about FCM inward? You will take ITC. FCM, whatever GST you paid, you will take as ITC. RCM, whatever you pay also, you will take in ITC. Thereafter, you need to add RCM payable. Correct. So RCM alone has 2 adjustments. What are the 2 adjustments? First, we will take it in the ITC. Thereafter, we will add it to the liability. Now you will get the net GST payable. Is it clear here? Understood this? Now, what is the template? So this is what actually it is, but I'll just give you the template so that in respective things we need to. Whenever you come across a question like this, that is this consolidated question, that is first question, you prepare the statement in 4. Okay. So 4 statements you need to prepare. The first statement is statement showing computation of, write down, statement showing computation of net GST, statement showing computation of net GST, statement showing computation of gross GST payable. Gross GST payable So statement showing computation of gross GST payable on what? On outward supplies. First is that statement showing computation of GST payable on outward supplies. So in this we will prepare the table. So what is that we will do? First we will take particulars, okay, and then value, and then CGST, SGST, IGST. So we will put it into the respective columns. Statement showing computation of gross GST payable on outward supplies, particulars, value, CGST, SGST, IGST. Suppose if you have, so FCM transaction, you put it here, okay, whatever is the amounts that you will put, FCM transaction. What if you have RCM? You will not take. Why you will not take? Because RCM, your recipient will pay, but all these things will come in the first statement. So the first statement is statement showing computation of gross GST payable on outward supplies. Then second statement, what is that second statement? Statement showing computation of GST paid on inward supplies under RCM. So whatever is your RCM liability, that should come in the second statement. Okay, same way, particulars, then value, CGST, SGST, IGST, and here you will take only which supplies? Inward supplies, you will not take anything else, inward supplies only, that too under RCM, okay. So whatever is the inward supplies, that too under RCM, that only you will be taking, okay. Then done. Next, third is computation of input tax credit, ITC availed and utilized, sorry, ITC availed and reversed, ITC availed and reversed, any reversal if it is there, that you need to do. So while doing this ITC reversed, what you need to do is that you need to take first, so GST paid under FCM, inward supply FCM, correct? Both will come, inward supply, FCM also will come, RCM also will come. Already it is there in second statement, so the same thing will come here again. And this will be called as ITC availed minus ITC reversed. What is this ITC reversed? Sometimes the proportionate credit is related to exempted, that you need to reverse, ITC reversed, or any reason you need to reverse the ITC, that you will do. Remaining is known as net eligible ITC, okay. So this computation you need to make. Then last computation of net GST payable. So what will come in computation of net GST payable? Computation of net GST payable. In this computation of net GST payable, first gross GST payable under FCM. Gross GST under FCM. From where we will get this? Statement 1 minus input tax credit, that is statement 3, add RCM liability, that is statement number 2. Now finally you will get the net GST payable. Is it clear? Okay. Understood now here? First statement showing computation of gross GST payable, then RCM liability, ITC availed and reverse, net GST payable. These 4 statements you need to do in the exam for the first question. So you will automatically get the answer. Now let's start with this. This question we will see. Now parallelly you need to know in which place it should be coming. First, is it supply or not a supply? Supply. Taxable or exempted? Taxable. Inward or outward? Outward. Supply of service. So it is outward. Where it will come? First statement. Correct? FCM. So first statement it will come. Legal fee paid to lawyer means inward. Inward. Legal fee paid to lawyer located within the state. Is it covered under RCM? Yes, because THARUN'S is a registered supplier of service in Bengaluru. So business entity. So it will come under RCM. RCM means where it will come? Second statement, also third statement. Why third statement also? ITC. Then rent paid to the state government for his office building. Outward or inward? Inward. Rent paid. You are paying the rent. Means you are recipient. Supplier will not pay rent, will receive rent. Recipient only will pay rent. First you should know basic. Supplier is a person who receive money, recipient is a person who pay money. Are we paying or receiving? Paying. Means inward. Rent paid to state government for his office building. Will it be coming under RCM? Yes. Renting of immobile property to business entity will come under RCM. So therefore it will be coming in second statement as well as third statement. ITC. Received services, received for services towards conduct of exam. Inward or outward? Outward. Conduct of exam in Laval University. Nice university, na? Okay. So Pune recognized by law being an interstate transaction. Exempted, but outward only, no? First outward only, no? Thereafter it is exempted. So services provided by way of conduct of examination. All 3 category institutions it is exempted. So Laval University will come under category 2. So category 1 or 2 or 3, all case it will be exempted. So therefore it is exempted. Just we write the note in the first one, but we don't have to take the liability. Okay. Clear here? Can we put it into practice? Now see the first statement. What is the first statement? First statement, gross GST under FCM. Gross GST under FCM. So what is that will come? First, tell me what are the transactions that will come. Particulars, value CGST, SGST, IGST. First, what is that? Intrastate taxable supplies, correct? So, taxable supplies, what is that taxable supplies value? 5 lakh? 5 lakh 20. Intrastate means CGST, SGST. What is the rate of GST given? 9%. So, 5 lakh 20,000 into 9%, 5 lakh 20,000 into 9%. So, that comes to 46,800. Then next, IGST. Next, outward supply. Whatever comes in first statement, you tell me. So, examination, conduct of examination. Conduct of exam. How much? 16,000. It is exempted. We don't have any liability, but we need to write the note for that. Okay, we need to write the note for that. So, accordingly, this statement is completed with 46,800, 46,800. Now, next one, RCM. Number 2, GST under RCM. There are two things on which we pay GST under RCM. Particulars, value, CGST, SGST, IGST. What is the first one? Legal services. Legal services. What is the value of these legal services? 20,000. Is it within the state or other state? Within the state. Within the state means CGST, SGST. What is the rate of GST? 9%. So 20,000 into 9%, 1,800. So 20,000 into 9%, 1,800. 20,000 into 9%, 1,800. The next one, rent paid to government. So is it intra or inter? Intra, how you know? State government, you are located in the same state. Moreover, renting of immovable property always intra, because the place of supply will be location of immovable property. Okay, supplier is also in the same state, property is also in the same state, so it will be intrastate. What is the value? 30,000. So CGST, SGST, 30,000 into 9%, 2,700, 30,000 into 9%, 2,700. Now this total is the ITC. 4,500, 4,500 is GST under RCM, correct? GST under RCM. What is the next one? Number 3, ITC. ITC. In that ITC, particulars, CGST, SGST, IGST. And what is the inward supply? First, whatever GST we paid under RCM, we can avail as ITC, correct? RCM paid. RCM paid. How much is the RCM paid? 4,500, 4,500. Anything else? Opening balance like that? No. No other inward supply, correct? Whatever we pay under RCM, that can be availed as ITC. Then fourth statement, net GST payable. Net GST payable. So what is the net GST payable? First, we have only CGST, SGST. Actually IGST not there, but we need to prepare the table. In that we need to include So what is the gross GST payable as per statement 1? What is the gross GST payable? 46,800, 46,800 minus ITC utilized. What is it? ITC utilized 4,500, 4,500. Now add RCM liability. Same 4,500, 4,500. Now you will get net GST, which is nothing but gross GST. Why sir like this? Because whatever RCM we are paying, that we are taking as ITC and adjusting against FCM liability. Due to that reason, we will get the same answer. And not always same answer, not necessary. Sometimes we will have more credit. Opening balance of ITC also will be there. Okay. So other credits also will be there. So not necessarily the answer will be always same. Now you look into the answer given there. Clear? FCM liability. RCM liability we are paying and we are adjusting, but all these things happen parallelly in the same month. Okay, same month it will happen. That's why we will get the answer as 46,800 and 46,800. Understood? Then look into this question number 2. You first read once, I'll also read again. First read once. Yes. See question number 2. Mr. Uttam Kumar, a registered person in Kolkata, has provided the following information for the month of October 2018. So this for the month of October 2018. Intrastate taxable supply of services, inward or outward? Outward. And is it covered under FCM or RCM? FCM only. And it is given as intrastate. So where it will be coming? Statement 1. Amount received from Kapola Private Limited for service provided to company. He is a director in Kapola Private Limited, being intrastate transaction. Director of a company to company will be coming under RCM. Outward only, but it will come under RCM. You will take in statement 1 is outward supply RCM. You will take in statement 1, but you will not add the liability. Just you will show the note. Paid legal fees to senior advocate. Paid legal fee, inward. Paid legal fee to senior advocate for one legal matter within the state, being intrastate transaction. So legal fees paid to advocate. Legal fee paid to advocate. So RCM. And where it will be coming? RCM means it will come in statement 2 and statement 3. Amount received for service provided by him as a commentator to a local recognized sports body, being intrastate transaction. Outward or inward? Amount received. So outward. Amount received. Outward. Commentator, do we have any exemption for commentator? No, it will be taxable. It will come under FCM. So statement 1. Amount received for acting as a coach in recreational activities, outward, relating to sports from one local charitable entity registered under section 12AA of Income Tax Act, being intrastate transaction. What is this? Service in relation to training in or coaching in recreational activities relating to arts, correct? Arts by an individual, sports by a trust. Now, who is receiving money? Individual is receiving money. Please listen. Exemption you try to understand. Services by way of training or coaching in recreational activities relating to arts, sports, culture. Arts and culture. Arts and culture by an individual exempted. By others will be taxable. Sports by a charitable trust exempted. By any other person will be taxable. Like this one exemption we have seen. Okay. So, in this case, who is receiving this money? Who is receiving this money? from one local charitable entity registered under section 12AA. So as they are working in the trust, due to that reason, money received by them will become exempted. What if directly this person is receiving? What if directly this person is receiving? Then it will be taxable. Okay. As it is received under a trust, automatically it will become exempted. Now, so first statement. In the first statement, we will take 6,40,000 FCM intra. So CGST, SGST. You understood? Then again, what will come in first statement? Services provided to company as director 5 lakhs, but there is no GST. Why there is no GST? Because it will come under RCM. Then next one, amount received for commentator intrastate transaction. So 1,20,000 into CGST, SGST. Then next transaction 30,000, that will be exempted. So we got the CGST, SGST liability 72,900, 72,900. Are you understanding this? Next, RCM, two things are there in RCM, only one. Paid legal fee to senior advocate 50,000 intrastate. So 50,000 into 9% or 9%, 4,500, 4,500. 50,000 into 9%, 4,500. That is RCM liability. And that RCM liability we can adjust against the FCM liability. So therefore 4,500, 4,500 we are adjusting against this. Again we are adding RCM liability. So therefore net GST payable will be 68,400. Understood? So because, one second, up to this you understood? Statement to 4,500, 4,500 you understood? This 4,500 and 4,500 we can set off against the FCM. So 72,900 minus 4,500, 68,400. Are you getting this? Clear? That is 68,400 plus RCM also anyhow you need to pay. What is RCM liability? 4,500. That is nothing but 72,900. Means whatever we pay, that only we are taking as ITC and adjusting against the FCM liability, just like previous question. But in this we have little extra transactions. Any doubt in these two questions? You understood? Okay. Look into question number 3. Mr. X, a supplier of goods, net GST liability, mistake is there, no? No. It's actually, wait. Total tax payable under FCM minus ITC, so 4,500. Why it should not be added? Senior advocate services to business entities covered under RCM, no? This is correct only. See, answer is correct. Wait, slight correction only required. Total tax payable under FCM. Total tax payable under FCM. Okay. Next, this you leave. You remove. Total tax payable under FCM. Is this total 72,900? Check. 57,600 plus 4,500. Correct. So this also should not come here. So see this 6,40,000, only 3 supplies here. Listen here, please listen. 6,40,000, then 5 lakhs and 1,20,000. Okay, 6,40,000, 5 lakhs, 1,20,000 and 30. 6,40,000, 5 lakh, 1,20,000, 30. In that 6,40,000, their liability 57,600, 57,600, and 5 lakhs nil because recipient will pay. RCM liability no need to add now. Then add amount received for services provided as commentator taxable, acting as a coach. Now what is its total? 57,600 plus 10,800, that will be 68,400. 68,400 and 68,400 will be the tax payable under FCM. But when I'll come, sir, FCM, sir, right now only FCM only, sir, wait, sir, ITC we need to deduct, then only we need to add RCM. So you should not forget the template. What is that first? First what we should do? First gross GST under FCM, thereafter input tax credit, thereafter RCM liability, correct? So FCM liability only we did now. Now ITC we will set off. What is the ITC that we have? 4,500 and 4,500 we set off. So 68,400, 68,400 minus 4,500, 4,500. Again we need to add back. So liability, RCM liability. Why we need to add back RCM liability? RCM inward supply, you should not use input tax credit, you have to pay. So first you will deduct and then you will be adding. That's where the net GST payable will be 68,400. Okay, clear? So the answer is 68,400, correct only. So here slight changes, correction is required. And what is your RCM liability? RCM liability is, so B, 4,500, 4,500. Okay. Doubt? You take this as A after set off and this is B. So A plus B. 63,900 plus 4,500. Okay. Next. Question number 3. Mr. X, a supplier of goods, pays GST under regular scheme. The amount of input tax credit available and output tax liability under different tax heads is as under. So CGST, SGST, ITC is there. First, what is the gross GST payable? What is the gross GST payable under FCM? Gross GST under FCM, copy paste. Whatever is the numbers you can see that you tell me. CGST, SGST, IGST. A question, whatever numbers are there, that alone you tell me. Pa. How much? 800. Gross liability. Liability 800 only. CGST. SGST? 2,500. IGST? 2,000. Now, what are the credits we have? All the three credits we have. Which credit we need to use first? Minus IGST utilized. How much is the IGST credit? 4,000. First you will use it for payment of 2,000. Then remaining 2,000 you have. Now go to CGST credit, SGST credit. How much CGST, SGST credits we have? CGST 2,000, SGST 500, which means anyhow we have sufficient credit in CGST, SGST only there is a shortfall, correct? So the difference 2,000 you use for payment of SGST, so that the cash outflow will be minimized. How you know the correct answer? You total the liability. Total liability you see. 800, 2,500 and 2,000. 5,300. And total ITC you see. So which means the liability should be 0. Correct? That's what we are trying to achieve. Okay. So whenever we have excess credit of IGST, don't use for CGST in this question. Why you don't have to use for CGST? Because already we have sufficient balance in the CGST credit. So use it for SGST. Minus CGST credit utilized. How much is the CGST credit we have? 2000. How much we will use for CGST? 800. Remaining can we use for SGST? No. Minus SGST credit utilized. What is that SGST credit utilized? 500. So that 500 we need to set off against this. Only 500 we have, 500 we are using. Now what happens to the net GST payable? 0. Net GST payable will be 0. And what is the credit that can be carried forward? ITC carried forward. How much is ITC carried forward? Sir, already CGST 2000 we have, 800 we use, so 1600. Here we don't have any credit to be carried forward. This is how you need to show the computation. Clear? How much CGST credit? Okay, out of 2000. Out of 2000, how much we used? So then what is left? 1200. 1200. Okay. Done? So that is about this. Then next. Question number 4. This is a little big question. Mr. Ekant, a supplier registered in Delhi, is engaged in business of sale and purchase of plastic raincoats. He furnishes the following information pertaining to inward or outward supply made by him for the month of July. Value of interstate outward supply to registered person. So this is what supply? Outward supply. Outward supply. The to interstate, to registered persons. Okay, he will pay GST. So where it will come? In the 4 statements, where it will come? Statement 1. Next. Value of intrastate outward supply to registered persons. Statement 1. Value of intrastate outward supply to unregistered persons. Statement 1. Whether it is registered or unregistered, when you are making supply, you have to pay GST. No. Value of intrastate inward supply from registered persons. Where it will come? Statement 3. Value of inward supply from registered person. Where it will come? Statement 3. ITC. So you know now what is statement 1, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. What is statement 1? Liability under FCM. FCM liability. Statement 2 is inward supply RCM liability. Statement 3 is ITC. Statement 4 is net GST payable. Okay. So now this is ITC. You are purchasing from registered person, means that idiot only will pay GST. Why you will pay? So don't add it to your RCM liability, just you will take ITC. Then inward supply from unregistered person. Is it 9(4) given? Inward supply from unregistered person, only one case we need to pay GST under RCM. What is that case? 9(4). Builder or promoter who makes purchases from unregistered person, they need to pay GST under RCM. Is it given as 9(3)? No, 9(3) also not given, 9(4) also not given, which means supplier will not charge GST. FCM, but supplier will not charge GST. Why supplier will not charge GST? Because the supplier is unregistered. So he will not charge any GST, which means don't bring it anywhere. Just the note you give, that is sufficient. Following additional information is also provided by Mr. Ekant. IGST credit on capital goods purchased in the month of July. How much IGST credit? 1.5 lakhs. CGST, SGST credit on other inward supplies, including credit of 5,000 on account of membership of a club. Membership of a club, health and fitness center is blocked credit. So therefore, while doing the ITC computation, keep that in mind. Availed consultancy services from Mr. Sujit, lawyer located in Delhi. Okay, so RCM. So it will be coming in statement 2. Also we can take ITC with respect to that. The amount of ITC brought forward in the month of July is as under. CGST 2 lakhs, SGST 2 lakhs, IGST 5 lakhs. This is opening balance. Calculate net GST liability to be paid in cash for the month of July by assuming the rate of GST as under. All amounts given above are exclusive taxes, all as necessary condition for availing ITC is fulfilled. Now, I will help you. Can you do? Take your notebook. Take your notebook. First statement. Statement 1. Statement 1. Gross GST payable. Gross GST payable under FCM. Gross GST payable under FCM. Prepare a table, particulars, value, CGST, SGST, IGST. Okay. Now, in the particulars, see the first transaction. Outward supply to registered person, correct? B2B, am I right? B2B supplies, B2B supplies. In particulars, write down B2B supplies. Okay. Now, tell me which column, what amount? Value will be 30 lakhs. Intra va intera? Inter. So, which column? IGST column. So, put dash dash in CGST, go to IGST column, 30 lakhs into 18%, 5 lakh 40,000. Done. Next one, B2B supplies, B2B outward supplies, B2B supplies. Value 50 lakhs. And intra or inter? Intra. So, CGST, SGST. 50 lakhs into 9%, that is 4 lakh 50,000. 4 lakh 50 CGST, 4 lakh 50 SGST, IGST column dash. Then B2C supplies. B2C supplies, sale to unregistered. Particulars, B2C supplies. Value 15 lakhs. Now, is it intra or inter? Intra. So, CGST, SGST column. 15 lakhs into 9%, 1 lakh 35,000 CGST, 1 lakh 35 SGST and IGST dash. Is there any other transaction which is outward supply here? No. Correct? Now, we will total. We will total. What is the total? CGST column total? 3 lakh 85 CGST, 3 lakh 85 SGST. 5 lakh 85 CGST, 5 lakh 85 SGST and IGST column 5 lakh 40,000. Over here statement 1, now statement 2. GST payable under RCM on inward supplies. GST payable under RCM on inward supplies. GST payable under RCM on inward supplies. Same particulars, value, CGST, SGST. In that first one, only one transaction, only one transaction. What is that? Advocate services. But advocate services is exempted if their turnover during the previous year does not exceed threshold limit. Are they commencing business this year only? No, no. Nothing is given related to that, which means it will be taxable. Don't forget this point. So, advocate services. Advocate services, value 1 lakh. Intrastate or interstate? Intra, given, clearly given intra. So CGST, SGST. So 9,000, 9,000. That's it. We don't have anything else. Next, third statement. Net eligible ITC. Statement 3, net eligible ITC. Statement 3, net eligible ITC. So what is a net eligible ITC? Opening balance. Opening balance. Here only 4 columns: particulars, CGST, SGST, IGST. Value not required. Value column not required. Particulars, CGST, SGST, IGST. Opening balance 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Opening balance 2 lakhs, 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs. Next, inward supply from registered person. From the beginning you see, inward supply from registered person, right? Inward supply from registered person. Value how much? 10 lakhs. So on the 10 lakhs, what supply it is? Intra or inter? Intra, correct. So intra, so 10 lakhs into 9%, 9%. That is 9,000, 90,000 and 90,000. 90,000, 90,000, 90, 90, IGST dash. Then next one also same, inward supply from registered person 5 lakhs. 5 lakhs into 18%. What is 5 lakhs into 18%? 90,000. You understood? That you did na? Next, unregistered you will not take ITC, but we will write a note for that. Next line, IGST credit on capital goods. So write down in particulars capital goods. Capital goods. Which column? IGST column 1,50,000. Capital goods is not blocked credit. Capital goods we can take. The next one, other inward supplies. Other inward supplies 45,000, 45,000 CGST, SGST. Why? We are taking out 5,000, total 0.5 lakhs. 0.5 lakhs means what? 50,000. In that 5,000 you take out CGST, SGST each. So 45,000, 45,000. Other inward supplies. Everything we covered. Now do the total of the third column. CGST 3 lakh, 45,000 is 35, 3 lakh 35, SGST also 3 lakh 35, 7 lakh 40 IGST. And you missed one more point. What is that? RCM also can be taken as credit. So write down legal services. Legal service, because RCM will come in this place also now. That's why in the question we need to put 1, 2, 3 like that, so that we will know in which place it will come. So RCM will come in ITC again. Legal services, how much? 9,000, 9,000. Now 3 lakh 44, 3 lakh 44 and 7 lakh 40. Clear? Now see this. Here, see here. Gross GST 5 lakh 85, 5 lakh 85, 5 lakh 40. Correct? Then ITC 3 lakh 44, 3 lakh 44 and 7 lakh 40. Now we will do the computation of net GST payable. Last statement. Statement 4. Computation of net GST payable. Statement 4. Computation of net GST payable. How much gross GST payable? Copy paste. 5,85,000, 5,85,000, 5,40,000. Then next, first which credit we will utilize? IGST credit minus IGST credit utilized. Minus IGST credit utilized. How much is that IGST credit? So first we will use 5,40,000 for IGST. First we will use 5,40,000 for IGST. So minus 5,40,000 in IGST column. Still how much you have? 2 lakhs. Now if you see CGST credit, SGST credit, 3,44,000, 3,44,000 equal only we have. So we will distribute equally. What is the remaining left? 5,40,000, remaining left is 2 lakhs. So 2 lakhs if you divide equally means 1 lakh and 1 lakh. CGST column 1 lakh, SGST column 1 lakh. Then next, CGST and SGST credit utilized. CGST and SGST credit utilized. How much? 3,44,000, 3,44,000. Correct? Now, minus. This is minus 3,44,000, 3,44,000. Now you see how much you got? 1 lakh, 1,41,000 CGST, 1,41,000 SGST. Now RCM liability you add. First ITC we will set off with the FCM liability. Then RCM we will take ITC. So therefore in that 1 lakh, 3,44,000, 3,44,000 itself already 9,000, 9,000 is there. But separately that 9,000, 9,000 we need to pay in cash. So add RCM liability. Finally you will get an answer 1,50,000, 1,50,000 and nil. You understood? And you need to give the notes related to this part. Now you try to give the notes in the exam in the table itself then and there. While writing in the particulars itself you try to give so that separately you don't have to write the notes. So time will be saved. Okay. Fourth table you don't have to write the notes. The notes you need to write only for the 3 tables, first 3 tables. Nama? Next, question number 5. Mr. Himanshu, a registered supplier of chemicals, pays GST under regular scheme. He is not eligible for any threshold exemption. He has made the following outward taxable supplies for the month of September 2018. Intrastate supply of goods, where it will come? Statement 1. Intrastate supply of goods, outward, statement 1. Interstate supply of goods, statement 1. Then he has also made the following inward supply. Inward supply, intrastate purchase of goods from registered dealer, statement 3. Intrastate purchase of goods from unregistered dealer, first of all no GST. Interstate purchase from registered dealer, statement 3. Balance in ITC, so this also will come in statement 3. He purchased a car used for business purpose at a price of 6,72,000. He capitalized the full value including GST in the books on the same day to claim depreciation. Anyhow he will not take ITC, so he has to capitalize. There is no treatment related to this, but you need to just write the note. Out of interstate purchase from registered dealer goods worth 1 lakh, interstate from registered dealer means 4 lakhs. So this note is for 4 lakhs point. Interstate purchase from registered dealer goods worth 1 lakh were received on October due to road traffic jams. Right now we are doing the computation for September, which means out of this 4 lakhs we will take only for 3 lakhs. Okay. Now, so while reading the question itself, you make this. Carry a pencil to the exam hall and you try to write this. So the invigilator will tell, don't write in the paper, etc. and all. You say, sir, after completion of this answer, I will erase, sir. Okay. So you do that, because while you are doing all these things, the answer computation will go in a flow. You will not get stuck anywhere. In a flow, it will go. Rate of CGST, SGST, IGST to be 9, 9 and 18 respectively. Both inward and outward supply given above are exclusive of taxes wherever applicable. All the conditions necessary for availing the ITC have been fulfilled except mentioned above. Compute the net GST. Can we start? Come on. We'll complete all the questions. We should also practice. So again, we don't have to practice this. Okay, once for all. In class itself, we will complete. So first, what you will do? Statement. First statement is gross GST payable under FCM. Gross GST payable under FCM. Gross GST payable under FCM. Particulars CGST, SGST, IGST. Value also. First one. Intrastate supply of goods, interstate supply of goods, outward supply. In particulars, write down outward supply. In the respective columns, we will update. Value 25 lakhs, outward supply 25 lakhs, value. 25 lakhs what? Intrastate, which means it will come in CGST, SGST. So 25 lakhs into 9%, that is 2,25,000, 2,25,000, and the last column dash. Next, outward supply. Value 5 lakhs. What is it? Interstate. So which column? IGST column. So CGST, SGST dash dash. IGST column 5 lakhs into 18%, 90,000. Next, is there anything related to 1? No. So total 2,25,000, 2,25,000, 90. Statement 2 not there in this question. We don't have any RCM. So don't need to do that statement. Got it? And automatically it will be statement 3. Statement 2, in exam you write statement 2, GST payable under RCM on inward supply. As there is no inward supply, this will not arise. Okay, computation shall not arise. Then statement 3, computation of input tax credit, net eligible ITC. Computation of net eligible ITC. How much first? Opening balance is there? Yes. 95 CGST, 60 SGST, IGST 50,000. So then next one, intrastate purchases, that is purchase from registered dealer. Inward supply from registered dealer, value 14 lakhs. Intrastate means 14 lakhs into 9%, 9%. That is 1,26,000, 1,26,000. Next, another purchases from registered dealer. Next one, purchase from registered dealer, IGST. So 3 lakhs, don't take in value 4 lakhs, take 3 lakhs, 3 lakhs into 18%, that is 54,000. Now you do this. How much? Now, computation of net GST payable. How much CGST? CGST 2,21,000, SGST 1,86,000, IGST 4,000. Okay. Now, net GST payable, computation of net GST payable. So, first gross liability. How much is the gross liability that you got? 2,25,000, 2,25,000 and 90,000 minus which credit you need to use first? IGST credit. How much IGST credit you have? 90? Already 50 plus purchases 3 lakhs. So 3 lakhs into 18, 54 plus 50, 1 lakh 4. 1 lakh 4 we will use 90, correct? Fully IGST. Still how much is there? 14,000. Where we have lesser credit? SGST. SGST we have lesser credit, correct? So use it for SGST minus 14,000. Then next one, CGST and SGST credit utilized. How much is the CGST credit? 2,21,000. CGST 2,21,000. SGST 1,86,000. 2,21,000 and 1,86,000. Just the previous statement you need to take. Now you will get 4,000, 25,000, 0. 4,000, 25,000 and 0. So see this, is this correct credit? 2,21,000, 1,86,000 and 1,04,000? Yes. And 2,25,000, 2,25,000, 90 also correct? And see the answer given here, they gave 29,000. Correct only. What you got? 25 and 4, you also got 29 only. It's okay, I told you alternative answers will exist, but the total should be equals to 29. Okay. So yes, your answer is correct. What they have done is that majorly they have used for payment of CGST and then for SGST. That's why we have this 29,000. Okay. Anyway, you can do. Then, so this was a question for May 19, 8 marks. They have given this question. Recently also they gave, this type of questions, May 24 exam, but they increased the marks. What they did is that section B, they made it 10 marks, but the same style. Outward supplies will be there, inward supplies will be there, and opening balance, compute the net GST payable. Same template. Previously, up to last attempt, they were asking for 8 marks. Now they started asking for 10 marks. Okay, but the similar type of questions only. So see this question number 6. ABC Limited, a registered supplier in Surat, Gujarat, has calculated output net GST liability after adjusting ITC in the books for the month of February 2021. So already they calculated liability. How much is their liability that got calculated? CGST 3 lakhs, SGST 2,50,000, IGST. So this is their liability so far. So far they computed. During the moment, the following additional information is provided by ABC Limited. The company had given on hire 5 trucks. Inward, outward? Has given on hire 5 trucks. Outward. Outward. To one of the transporters of Vadodara, a goods transport agency, for transporting goods for 10 days. The hiring charges for the trucks were 7,500 per truck per day. Taxable or exempted? Good. Hiring of a motor vehicle to a goods transport agency is exempted. 4 exemption for hiring of motor vehicle. Hiring a motor vehicle which can carry more than 12 passengers to a state road transport undertaking. Hiring of electric motor vehicle that can carry more than 12 passengers to a local authority. Hiring of motor vehicle carrying goods to a goods transport agency. Hiring of bus to an education institution, that is providing education institution. Hiring of bus to a person who in turn provides transportation service to an education institution up to 12th standard. These are the 4 cases. So it is exempted. But where you need to bring this? Statement 1. You need to just write the note related to this. It is outward supply, exempted. Statement 1, you will show that it is exempted. You will write the note. The company sold goods to X & Co of Delhi on 6th January 2021 with the condition that interest at 2% per month will be charged on the invoice value if X & Co failed to make payment within 30 days of delivery of the goods. Goods were delivered and invoice was also issued on 6 January. X & Co paid the consideration for the goods on 20th February along with applicable interest. So right now we are doing the computation for February month. February month, see, this sale of goods on 6th January, this would have been taxed in the January itself. Now what will be taxed? Interest, because interest is taxable on receipt basis. So this is also outward supply and this will be taxable. So it will come in first statement. But how much is the interest? 2% per month. So 2% per month means how many months there is a delay? Beyond 30 days. 6th January. 6th January. So 30 days is 6th February. Correct? 5th February. And here it is on 20th February. So 1 month only delay. Correct? So 2% per month means 5 lakhs into 2%, 10,000 rupees. Okay. So that 10,000 rupees will be coming, but exactly they did not tell 2% per month or part thereof. So if they have told part thereof, you would have taken for 1 month, but they are telling 2% per month. But here the delay is exactly how many days? 6th January you add 30 days. It will be what? 5th February. But they are making payment on 20th February. Means how many days delay? There will be delay by 15 days. So we need to pay interest on 15 days. But not only on 5 lakhs, interest is computed on the total amount including GST component. What is the GST component? 18%. So 5 lakh plus 18%. 5 lakh 90,000 into what is the rate of interest? 2% into 15 divided by 30. 5 lakh 90,000 into 2% into 15 divided by 30, 5,900. In this 5,900, what is the tax component? 900. 900 is the tax component. 5,000 is the interest component. 900 is the tax component. Okay. For this, we need to give a debit note. Accordingly, we need to put it in the liability. Okay. Now, is it intrastate or interstate? Is it intrastate or interstate? Inter, because they are located in Gujarat, but they are making sale to a person in Delhi. So therefore, it is IGST. How much is IGST liability? 900. Understood this point? Then next. The company sought legal consultancy services for its business from A and Advocates, a partnership firm of advocates situated at Bhuj, Gujarat. Inward, outward, inward, sought legal consultancy services, inward. So, inward supply RCM. So, it will be coming under which statement? 2 and 3, even we can take ITC. The company ordered 3000 packets of tools which are to be delivered by the supplier of Delhi via 3 lots, inward, 3 lots of 1000 packets monthly. The supplier raised invoice for the full quantity in February and the last lot would be in April. So, we cannot take ITC. We cannot take ITC. But we need to just write this note in the third statement that ITC not available. The company supplied 10,000 packets of tools to one of its customer at rupees 10 per packet in Gujarat in January 2021. Afterwards, the company revalues it at 9 rupees per packet in February and the company issued a credit note to customer for 1 rupee per packet. So, credit note. What will happen to credit note? But check whether the credit note can be issued or not in this case. After supply, not after time limit, after supply. If discount is given after supply, it is like a discount. Napa? It is like a discount. 10 rupees product is given like a discount. Is it a pre-supply or a post-supply discount? Post-supply discount. Whether the terms are agreed before at the time of supply? No. So, it is after supply. Consequently, the credit note cannot be issued in this case and this will not lead to reduction in liability. Is it clear? So, that is about this. So, this part needs to be ignored, but you need to write it in statement 1. You are required to compute the actual net liability of GST to be paid in cash along with the working notes. Can we do? Yes? So, start. First, statement 1, computation of gross GST payable. Particulars, value, CGST, SGST, IGST. And in that first one, hiring of trucks. That is already they have some liability, that last we will write. Or you can put opening balance, like that you can put. Yes. Opening balance 3 lakh, 2 lakh 50, 3 lakhs. That is their liability already. Opening balance 3 lakhs, 2 lakh 50 and 3 lakhs. Then hiring of trucks. Value 3 lakh 75 dash dash dash, and in exam you need to write the note that it is exempted. Then next, interest on account of delay in receipt of consideration. Interest on account of delay in receipt of consideration. Which column? IGST column, 900. Value 5000. Value 5000. 5900 we computed, but in that value is 5000. GST component is 900. Then next, any other outward supply? No. Last one we need to write. What is that? Post supply discount not allowed as deduction in exam. Okay. So, what is the total? 3 lakh, 2 lakh 50 and 3 lakh 900. Next, any RCM? Yes, legal services. Statement 2, GST payable under RCM on inward supplies. GST payable under RCM on inward supplies. Legal services value 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs of 1 lakh 50. Is it within the state or outside the state? Within the state, Gujarat. So CGST, SGST. So how much? 1 lakh 50 into 9%. 13,500 and 13,500. Then next, statement 3, computation of net eligible ITC. Computation of net eligible ITC. First one, goods received in lots. Particulars, CGST, SGST, IGST, goods received in lots, dash, 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 we cannot take. Legal services, we can, that is 13,500, 13,500. And do we have any opening balance? No. So our net GST payable, which is nothing but the gross GST payable. You know why? Whatever RCM liability, that much is only ITC also. So gross liability will be equal to net liability. Okay, but we have to show the format. So computation of net GST payable. Computation of net GST payable. How much? Same, gross GST payable, copy paste. Gross GST payable, you copy paste. And minus IT is utilized. Minus IT is utilized. That amount, whatever is that amount. 13,500, 13,500, then add RCM liability 13,500, 13,500, you will get the same answer. Okay, so go to question number 19. Question number 19. Same routine questions means you will get bored, no? So let's change. Question number 19, you see. Break, this is a break. Break is what? A deviation from the routine. So this is a break. Chill Limited, Delhi. So Chill, see, Chill Limited. Chill Limited, Delhi, a registered supplier manufacturing machineries, has made a taxable supply of machinery during the month of March. It furnished the following details for each such machinery supplied. So what happened in this question is that they gave valuation also. They gave valuation and additional information they gave something. Further, the company has provided the following information related to their purchases also. Okay. So first, using the valuation provision, we need to arrive at the gross liability. Thereafter, using the inward supply, you need to compute the ITC. Then we will be getting the net GST payable. Okay. First, list price of the machinery exclusive of taxes 10 lakhs. So that will be taken as a transaction value. Correct. And subsidy received from central government for supply of machinery to government school exclusively related to supply of machinery including serial number 1 above, but we don't know whether the price is after considering subsidy or without considering subsidy. See the additional information below. The price of the machinery is after considering the subsidy, means so this is actually even before working note 1, before the statement 1. This is like a working note before statement 1. So write down in your notebook, we will do this. First what we need to do, working note, computation of value of supply, computation of value of supply under section 15. Working note, computation of value of supply under section 15. First you will start with what? Transaction value. What is the transaction value given in the question? 10 lakhs. Transaction value 10 lakhs. What is the next thing given? Subsidy from CG. Directly linked to the price or not directly linked to the price? I will tell you the provision. Subsidy section 15 2E, divide into 2. Directly linked to the price, not directly linked to the price. Not directly linked to the price means not connected to the outward supply, it will be ignored, not considered for valuation. Directly into the price, it will be included in the value if it is from other than CG or SG. If it is from CG or SG, it will not be included in the value. Now here it is directly into the price. How we know that it is directly into the price? Clearly given, exclusively related to mission supplied, okay, in note 1, serial number 1. So it is directly into the price from CG. So as per provision, it is to be excluded. In the given price, it is already excluded because after considering subsidy, therefore you need to ignore. So right there, subsidy from CG hyphen, subsidy from CG hyphen to be excluded and it is already excluded. To be excluded and it is already excluded. So amount column, nothing, 0, ignore. It is to be excluded, it is already excluded, ignore. Subsidy from NGO for supply of machinery to a old age home, exclusively related to supply of goods. So subsidy from NGO, next line, subsidy from NGO to be included other than CGSG. But in the given price it is excluded. How you know it is excluded? Because the given price is after considering subsidy. Subsidy from NGO to be included, but in the given price it is excluded. So what you need to do? Add 2 lakhs, outer column. Next, tax levied by municipal authority. Tax levied by municipal authority. What is your answer? Included other than CGST, SGST, na? But in the given price what they have done? Exclusive of taxes means before tax. So we need to add taxes, duties and cess by whatever name called other than GST. So write down municipal tax hyphen to be included and in the given price not included. So we need to add 2,50,000. Packing charges to be included as per 15(2)(c), incidental expense or any other expense. But see the note below and tell me whether this packing charges is already included in the price or not. No, over and above the list price means what? These are additional. Write down packing charges hyphen to be included, packing charges hyphen to be included, and in the given price it is packing charges to be included, okay, in the given price not included. So we need to add how much? 1,25,000. Now you will get one value. How much is that value? 15 lakh. This 15,75,000 is the value. Now check the question and tell me, is it intrastate or interstate? Where is it given? Delhi registered supplier manufacturing machineries has made a taxable supply of machinery during the month of March, okay, and it's given Where is it? Last point. All inward and outward supplies are interstate. Means in one column itself we can complete. We don't have CGST, SGST, IGST column. Correct? So therefore, statement 1. What is the first statement? Gross GST payable under FCM. Statement 1. Gross GST payable under FCM. How much? Just now you computed 15 lakh 75,000 into 18%, that is 2,83,500. Now go to the additional information. Go to the additional information. In that additional information, further the company provided the following information pertaining to purchases made or service availed by it in respect of supply of said machinery during the month of March. Raw material to be received in the month of April. Can we take ITC? Right now we are talking about March month. Can we take ITC in March month? No. So we cannot take this ITC. Okay. Then membership of club availed for employees working in the factory. Not obligatory to be provided under any law. No. Inputs to be received in 6 lots, out of which first lot was received during the month. No, only on receipt of last lot. Trucks used for transportation of raw material. Yes, we can. Other motor vehicles. Capital goods of 3 items, invoice of 2 items is missing and the GST paid on that is 2,82,000. So how much we can take? 3,50,000 minus 2,82,000, that is 68,000. So 1,50,000 plus 68,000, 2,18,000. So ITC 2,18,000. Statement 2 ITC 2,18,000. Statement 3 net GST payable. Over. We got the answer. 2,83,000 minus 2,18,000, 65,500. Easier? So sometimes questions will be like this also. But here more of notes is required. Why ITC not available? Like that we need to write the notes. Okay. Computation is easy, but the notes we have to write. Then go to question number 14. Go to question number 14. Say that. Ajay Limited. What's your doubt? ITC. Only on 2 inward supplies we will take. Now first 3 cases we cannot take. Next one we can take ITC. Last one, out of total we should take it out. So invoice is missing. Okay. See that question number 14. Ajay Limited, a registered dealer in Patna, Bihar, is engaged in various type of supplies. The company provided the following details for the month of January 2022. Particulars: outward supply of goods made during the month to various non-registered persons. In the state of Bihar, intrastate. So this is to non-related persons. Non-related persons. So non-related persons, whether we need to take market value or transaction value? Definitely transaction value only should be taken. What if it is to related persons? We'll take market value. Okay. So therefore it is outward, clearly given outward, non-related. So where it will come? It will come in statement 1. Services provided to state government of Karnataka, inward or outward? Outward. For conducting a computer training program for its employees, total expenditure incurred for the said program was 90,000, of which 63,000 was borne by the government. How much 63,000 over 90,000? 70%. There is one exemption, hope you remember. Training program of the government where at least 75% of the expenditure is borne by the government, then it is exempted. In this case, it will not be exempted, it will be taxable because the training expenditure is only 70%. This is not service provided by government, it is service provided to government. Due to that reason, it will not be coming under RCM, it will be FCM. Service provided to government is FCM, service provided by government is only RCM. Service provided to government, we don't have in RCM, so FCM. Service provided by government is only given in RCM, by government to business entities. Stock transfer without consideration to its branch at Gaya, Bihar. Stock transfer to its branch within the state or other state? Within the state, Bihar. Branch has separate GST network. So, distinct person, correct? Supply. And value under section 15 is 20,000. So, again it is outward and we need to take it under statement 1. Intrastate inward supply of various services. Inward supply for use in the course or furtherance of business 30 invoices. So, it will come in statement 3. All the above given above amounts, all the amounts given above are exclusive of taxes. During the course of arranging and filing documents, the accountant of Ajay Limited observed that an invoice for 30,000 rupees excluding tax dated 2/12/2021 was omitted to be recorded in the books of accounts and no payment was made against the same till the end of January 2022. Accountant observed an invoice of 30,000 was omitted and no payment was made against the same till end of January. This invoice was issued by Mukesh of Patna, from whom Ajay Limited has taken cars on rental basis. Invoice included cost of fuel also. First of all, this 30,000 is renting of cars, correct? Renting of cars. Renting of cars is covered under RCM. Renting of cars is covered under RCM when? 3 conditions. Supplier should be other than body corporate. Check. Who is the supplier? Mukesh of Patna. And recipient should be body corporate. Yes, recipient is Ajay Limited. And what is the rate of GST for car rental? 5%. All 3 conditions satisfied. So, it will be inward covered under RCM. So, where it will come? Statement 2. Now, on this rental, can we take ITC? No. Usually, car rental service not eligible for ITC. It's a blocked credit. But we have 3 exceptions. Inward supply, outward supply, same category. No. Inward supply, part of outward supply. No. And statutory obligation. No. Due to that reason, they can take ITC or not. No, they cannot. So, only it will come into, don't put it in 3. Just because you paid some GST under RCM, not necessary that you have to always take ITC. Depends on the service. No opening balance of ITC exists at the beginning of the month. Out of 30 invoices, that is, these 30 invoices are there na, 6,50,000. So, inward supply received 6 invoices with taxable value amounting to 1,50,000 were E invoices, in which invoice reference number was not mentioned. E invoice reference number not mentioned means what? The supplier has not given E invoice. So, we cannot take ITC. However, all these invoices were reflected in 2B. Even then, we cannot take ITC because the supplier is required to give E invoice and he has not given E invoice, he gave a normal invoice. So, we cannot take ITC with respect to this 1,50,000 means out of this only 5 lakhs can be taken. Subject to the information given above, conditions necessary for availing ITC are complied with, you are required to calculate the net GST payable. It's a good question, na? So, see how many points are tested. ITC related point tested. That to ITC which points? So, that this one E invoice to ITC. Next RCM, but ITC not available. Blocked credit. and then regular outward supplies. That too transaction between distinct person and non-related, etc. So this question only I referred long back. I said they will sometime give market value and transaction value. If it is a related party transaction or price is not sole consideration, you need to take the market value instead of invoice value, that is transaction value. Okay. Then can we do the answer for this? Already I gave it in the book itself, the same way computation I gave. We will cross check. First statement is what? Statement showing computation of gross GST payable. What are the things that will come in first statement? Outward supply made to non-related persons. Within the state 4 lakhs. Within the state 4 lakhs, so 4 lakhs into 9%, 4 lakhs into 9%, 36,000, 36,000. And interstate is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh into 18%, 18,000. You understood the first point? Second. The second one is state government. It is not exempted, it will be taxable. So 5 lakhs. Intrastate or interstate? Given as interstate. So IGST. So 5 lakhs into 18%, 90,000. Then stock transfer 20,000 should be taken. 20,000 into rate of GST 18%, but it is given as intrastate. So CGST, SGST 1800, 1800. Only these three. Now the total of this is gross GST under FCM. Then another statement, that is inward supply under RCM. What is the inward supply under RCM? So this renting, so 30,000, intrastate or interstate? Intrastate. So CGST, SGST 2.5, 2.5, 750. You understood? Now input tax credit. Input tax credit opening balance is given anywhere? No. And we have, can we take this RCM as ITC? No. But out of the 6 lakh 50, only 5 lakhs can be taken, and that too it is intrastate. So CGST, SGST 45, 45,000. And GST under RCM, actually we cannot take ITC with respect to this. Why we cannot take ITC with respect to this? Renting of motor vehicle is block credit. Check whether they are in the business of renting of motor vehicles. In their outward supply, anywhere we have renting of motor vehicles? No. And inward part of outward supply? No. And even there is no statutory obligation. So this 750 should not be taken. Make the correction. 750 should not be taken. So it will be only 45,000. And what is the net GST payable? 38,550, 38,550, one second, 37,800, 37,800 and 1,08,000 FCM liability. 37,800, 37,800, 1,08,000 FCM. Now CGST credit 45. So 45,000 we will use 37,800. What is the balance left? 7,200. 7,200. Same way here also 7,200 we will set off. And RCM liability anyhow we need to pay in cash. So CGST 750, SGST 750 and IGST will be 1,08,000 minus 7,200 minus 7,200, that will be 93,600. Understood here? Fine. So we did some questions, we are left with some more questions, and you try this. Definitely one day, one question we will do, remaining questions, but you also try. Okay. So total 19 questions were there. In that 19 questions, I think we completed around some 10 questions. 6, 7, 8 questions we completed, and some more questions are all there. You try that. Okay. Some common regular questions are also there. For example, up to 6 we did na. This 7 and 8. Not 7. 7 we will do. 8. 8 you take for homework. Same question. First 6 questions we saw na, same line. Directly they gave intrastate, interstate, inward supply, outward supply, opening balance. Directly computation of net GST payable. There is no application and all. Directly we can do. We will do the remaining questions in this consolidated questions. Question number 7. Kindly look into question number 7, which is in page number 156. K&K Limited, a registered supplier of Mumbai, is a manufacturer of heavy machines. Its outward supply exclusive of GST for the month of January 2020 are as follows. Particulars: interstate, intrastate. So they gave the liability, gross liability. Applicable rate of CGST, SGST and IGST on outward supplies are 9%, 9% and 18% respectively. Details of GST paid on inward supply during the month of Jan 2020 are as follows. So this is the details of inward supplies. Raw material A, of which 70% of the inputs procured were used and 30% were in stock at the end of January 2020, that is CGST 60,000 and SGST 60,000. Can we take ITC with respect to this raw material A? Yes. Out of which 70% procured were used and 30% were in stock. Let it be. So because we have one point, if the inward supplies are used or intended to be used in the course or furtherance of business, we can take ITC accordingly. This can be taken, but this should be reflected in GSTR 2B. They gave one additional information related to that. See that point, second point. Details of GST paid on inward supplies are available in 2B except for item number 1, that is raw material A, for which supplier has not filed its GSTR 1 for the month of January. Hence, corresponding ITC is not reflected in 2B. Even though we don't have any restriction with respect to raw material A, we can avail ITC. But there is one of the condition which says that it should be reflected in 2B. As it is not reflected in 2B, can we avail ITC or we cannot avail ITC? We cannot avail ITC. Raw material B, of which 90% material received in the factory and remaining material completely damaged due to road accident on the way to the factory. There was no negligence on the part of K&K Limited. Even then, if the purchased goods are lost, destroyed, stolen, written off or disposed of by way of gifts or free samples, we cannot take full ITC, only 90%, that is 45,000 can be availed. Construction of pipelines laid outside the factory premises, we cannot. Generally, construction of plant and machinery we can take ITC, but plant and machinery excludes pipelines laid outside factory and telecommunication towers. Then, insurance charges paid for trucks used for transportation of goods. So trucks will come under other motor vehicles. Can we take ITC with respect to trucks purchased? Yes. And everything is reflected in 2B. But in case of blocked credit, even though reflected in 2B, we should not take. And first point, not at all reflected in 2B. Second point, even though it is reflected in 2B, 10% is block credit, we should not take. There is no opening balance of any input tax credit and all the conditions necessary for availing ITC have been fulfilled. Compute the following amount of eligible ITC. What is the eligible ITC? So total you do 45 plus 55, that will be 1 lakh. 1 lakh is the eligible ITC, CGST, SGST, and minimum net GST payable. So we need to take the gross GST payable. So interstate 85 lakhs, rate of GST is nothing given, given 18%. So 85 lakhs into 18%, 15 lakh 30,000 will be IGST liability. And CGST, SGST, if you see, so here 15 lakhs. So 15 lakhs into 9%, that is 1,35,000 and 1,35,000. So the total liability 1,35,000 CGST, 1,35,000 SGST and 15,30,000 IGST. Now what is the credit that we have? We have CGST and SGST credit 1 lakh and 1 lakh. So first we need to use it for what liability? CGST, SGST liability. So the net liability will be 35,000 CGST, 35 SGST and 15,30,000 IGST. Simple question. So this was given for December 21 for 8 marks. Okay. Then next. Question number 8. I think this question number 8 I asked you to try. Mr. Nikunj, a supplier of goods pays GST under regular scheme. He is not eligible for any threshold exemption. He has made the following outward taxable supplies in the month of August. Intrastate supply of goods 6 lakhs, interstate supply of goods 2 lakhs. So that is for liability. He has also furnished information in respect of purchases made by him from registered dealers during August. Intrastate purchase of goods 4 lakhs, interstate purchase of goods 50,000, balance in ITC. So first we will prepare statement 1, computation of gross GST payable. So intra 6 lakhs, so 6 lakhs into 9%, 54,000 CGST, 54 SGST, and interstate 2 lakh into 18%, 36,000 IGST. Then we have second statement, we don't have anything, RCM. Third statement, ITC. In that ITC, 4 lakhs intrastate means 4 lakhs into 9%, 36,000 CGST, SGST, and 50,000 into 18%, 9,000 will be IGST. Now 54 and 36, and what is the IGST credit that we have? Already opening balance 20 plus this 9,000, so 29,000. What we can do with 29,000? First we can use it for payment of IGST fully. Then what is the CGST, SGST credit? 51 and 71. So 51 we will use for CGST, 71 we will use fully for SGST. Whatever excess SGST credit we have, we will use it for IGST. That's where 3,000 nil and nil. This is the answer. You understood? Then next, question number 9 is also similar to the above question. Riddhi and Co, a supplier of goods, pays GST under regular scheme. It has made the following outward taxable supplies in a tax period. Intrastate supply of goods 10 lakhs, interstate supply of goods 8 lakhs. It has also furnished the following information in respect of purchases made by it in the tax period. Intrastate purchase of goods 3 lakhs, interstate purchase of goods. So first statement, intrastate supply of goods 10 lakhs. So 10 lakhs into 9%, 90,000. Then 8 lakhs into 18%. So that will be 1,44,000. So we will get CGST, SGST, IGST. That is the first statement. Then second statement, we don't have any inward supply under RCM. So input tax credit. Input tax credit, intrastate purchase of goods 3 lakhs. So 3 lakhs into 9%, 27,000. Then 2,50,000 into 18%, 45,000. So 27,000, 45,000. And what is the opening balance of ITC? CGST 57, SGST 60 and IGST 1,40,000. So total 84, 87, 1,85,000. Now if you see the GST payable, so first IGST credit we need to exhaust. What is the IGST credit we have? 1,85,000. That should be first utilized for payment of IGST, that is 1,44,000. Still we have some balance, 1,85,000 minus 1,44,000, 41,000. That 41,000 if you see, CGST, SGST liability, more or less the liability is same, 90 and 90, credits also same. So 41,000 we can divide equally between CGST, SGST. So divided by 2. So 20,500 and 20,500. Or what they have done is that fully it is used for IGST, for CGST and then SGST. Anything we can have. Suppose if you are doing 2,500 and 2,500, let's see what will happen. So 90 and 90. So 20,500 and 2,500. You understood how we got 20,500? How? So remaining amount of IGST, we are using 41,000 equally, 20,500, 20,500. Then its respective credit also we have. What is that? 84 and 87. So 84,000, 87,000 prospective credits. So literally speaking, there won't be any GST liability. There is only excess credit. How excess credit? 90 minus 2500 minus 84,000. 14,500 will be excess credit. Correct? And here 90 minus 2500 minus 87,000. 90 minus 2500 minus 87,000, 17,500 excess credit. So 17,500 and 14,500, 32,000. The total is correct. So anyway you can do. So either you can take excess of CGST credit or excess of CGST and SGST credit, but the net liability will be 0. Is it clear? So that's what I have given below, how we are using. Okay. So the above computation is one of the many ways of set off of credit. It's not the final answer. Then question number 10. Alpha Institute of Management, a private college, is registered under GST in the state of Punjab, and they provide the following particulars for the month of April 2021. Tuition fee received from students pursuing management courses recognized by Punjab University, established by an act of state legislature. Inward or outward? Inward or outward? Tuition fee received means outward, outward. And tuition fee received from students pursuing management courses recognized by Punjab University means what? Category 2 education institution. Education as a part of curriculum for obtaining a qualification recognized by Indian law. Therefore, it will be exempted. Then tuition fee received from students pursuing undergraduate courses recognized by Stan University London under dual degree programs. So it is again outward. Is it a course recognized by law in India? No. So therefore it is not recognized in India. So when it is not recognized in India, consequently it will be taxable. Any course recognized in India, obtaining, like providing education as a part of curriculum for obtaining a qualification recognized by Indian law. Then fee received from students of competitive exam training academy, inward or outward? Outward. Competitive exam means it will be coming under a taxable. So because competitive exams, we don't have it in educational institution. Mess fees received from students pursuing qualification recognized by Indian law. Mess fees, again outward, and recognized by Indian law by students pursuing qualification. Mess is run by AM on his own, exempted. Why exempted? Any service provided by education institution to its students, faculty and staff, that includes supply of food or tuition fees or any name. Amount paid to local municipal corporation for premises taken on rent for conducting coaching classes for competitive exams. Amount paid, inward. Amount paid means inward. Amount paid to local municipal corporation for premises taken on rent for conducting coaching classes, it will be taxable, and it is RCM. Why RCM? Local municipal corporation. So renting of immobile property by government to business entity. So who is registered? So definitely it will be taxable under RCM. What about this taxable under FCM? We don't have RCM for this. Then legal services availed from Top Care and Company. Availed means inward. Legal service availed from Top Care and Company, a partnership firm advocates for the competitive exam training academy. So taxable. Advocate services to a business entity whose turnover during the previous year exceed threshold limit. How you know their turnover during the previous year exceed threshold limit? Next point you see. The aggregate turnover of AM in the preceding financial year exceeds 20 lakhs. Therefore, it will be taxable under RCM. The aggregate turnover of AM in the preceding financial year exceeds 20 lakhs. rate of GST are as follows: CGST, SGST, IGST, and all the amounts given above are exclusive of taxes and all the conditions have been fulfilled. First statement. What is the first statement? Outward supplies, FCM liability, only two places, 8,50,000 and 5,40,000. So see this, 8,50,000, 5,40,000, 13,90,000. Is it clear? And it is clearly mentioned that, so this will be intrastate or interstate. See this, they are providing to the students. So same place, Punjab. Due to that reason, it will be intrastate, okay, and CGST and SGST will be taken. So what is that? CGST, SGST 9% and 9%, so 13,90,000 into 9%, 1,25,400 and 1,25,100. Then next one, second statement, GST payable under RCM, 50,000 and 20,000, and this is intrastate only, legal service. Local municipal corporation also intrastate only. So 50 plus 20, 70,000 into 9%, 6,300. But that 6,300 we can avail as ITC also. So it will come in statement 3, 2 and 3. Now 6,300 we will set off with 1,25,100 minus 6,300. So 1,18,800 is FCM liability, add RCM. What is the RCM liability? 6,300. So that will be 1,25,100. Understood? Then we need to write the notes accordingly. Then case question number 11. Zion, a GST registered supplier located in Ranchi, Jharkhand, is engaged in manufacturing of washing machines and mixer grinders. It provides you the details of various activities undertaken during the month of September 2021. So for 2021 they gave the data. Outward supplies made during the month within Jharkhand means intrastate, outside Jharkhand means interstate. That will come in statement 1. Purchase of raw material from registered dealer within Jharkhand, which includes material worth 2 lakh purchased from Mr. Krishna, a registered person who is paying tax under composition scheme. No, that cannot be taken as credit. So we can take credit only with respect to 5 lakhs, because whenever a person is opting for composition scheme, if you purchase from him, you cannot take ITC. Then bus purchased from a registered dealer in Tata Nagar, Jharkhand. Bus used to ferry its 25 workers to and from factory. Now, can we take ITC with respect to this bus purchase? Yes, 25, capacity more than 13, so it is inward. So second point also inward, third point also inward, and in second point also ITC available, and in third point also ITC available. And are we paying any GST under RCM? So far no. Assume the rate of GST on various supplies: composition supply, bus, raw material, washing machine and mixer grinders. Opening balance of ITC were as follows. Now, first we will see statement 1, GST payable. What is the outward supply? 24 lakhs into 9%. 9% only na. Washing machine and mixer grinder 9%, 9%. 2,16,000, 2,16,000. Then interstate 5 lakhs, 5 lakhs into 18%. So 90,000. That is also we got. This is first statement. We don't have anything RCM. So third statement, that is ITC. Opening balance, CGST 20, SGST 5 and IGST 95. Then in this case only 5 lakhs can be taken. Is it within the state or outside the state? So within the state, within Jharkhand. So 5 lakhs into, so raw material, what is the rate of GST? 6%, 6%. So into 6%, 30,000. So 30,000 CGST, say this. Opening balance, 30,000 CGST, 30,000 SGST. Then bus purchased, 12 lakhs. Within the state or outside the state? Within the state. Into, what is the bus GST rate? 14%. So that will be 1,68,000. So 1,68,000, 1,68,000. So total we will get as credit. Now statement 3 also we got. Finally statement 4, computation of net GST payable. Now what is the gross liability? Already we computed and kept 2,16,000, 2,16,000 and 90,000. Now which credit we need to use first? 95,000 IGST we will use, 90,000, still 5,000. That 5,000 you use for what? Carefully listen. CGST liability, SGST liability 2,16,000, 2,16,000. We have more of CGST credit, so therefore use for SGST. CGST credit 2,18,000, but the liability is only 2,16,000. So don't use it for CGST. Use it for SGST, because SGST liability 2,16,000, credit 2,03,000 only. So the excess you use here. So 90,000 and 5,000 we are using, and 2,16,000 fully we can use. Now CGST, SGST credit of 2,16,000 and 2,03,000 if you use. So net GST payable nil and nil, CGST, IGST, but SGST alone 8,000. Now there is some CGST credit carried forward 2,000. Sir, is there any way we can set off? No, practically not possible. Why practically not possible? Because CGST credit cannot be used for SGST liability. So this 2,000 we need to carry forward. Is it clear? Then look into question number 12. Neelkant Private Limited, a registered supplier of goods and service at Kolkata, has furnished the following information for the month of February. So this is for the month of February. Intrastate supply of taxable goods, including 1 lakh, received as advance in January. The invoice for the entire sale value is issued on 15th February. So therefore intrastate supply of taxable goods, including 1 lakh, received as advance in January. So goods advance received in January, but invoice in 15th February. So is it taxable in January or February? This month only it will be taxable. So it's inward or outward? Outward. Outward, taxable this month, FCM. Purchase of goods from a composition dealer, inward. Inward. Okay, registered in Kolkata, no ITC. Why no ITC? Composition scheme. Services provided by way of, outward. Services provided by way of labor contract for repairing a single residential unit, otherwise than as a part of residential complex. So is it taxable or exempted? Taxable. Why sir taxable? We have one point, single residential unit, construction is only exempted. Individual house, we will take a contract to construct, the consideration is exempted. In construction services I have given consideration received for construction, pure labor service, by way of construction of a individual house. What is the individual house? House occupied by a single family. The entire consideration is exempted. Only construction is exempted, but repairs is not exempted. If you want, you can check construction services exemption. First point. So taxable under FCM. We don't have any RCM for this. Then membership of a club availed for employees working in the factory, it is an intrastate transaction. Inward or outward? Inward. Blocked credit. Membership of club availed for employees working in the factory, and nowhere it is given that it is under a statutory obligation. Due to that reason, no ITC. Blocked credit. Goods transportation services received from a GTA, inward. Inward. Received from a GTA. GST payable at 12%, no doubt. It will be under FCM. So we will not pay. The supplier has paid. So can we take ITC? Yes. Interstate services provided means outward. Interstate services provided, outward. By way of training in recreational activities relating to sports, taxable. Tell me why it is taxable. Training in sports should be by a trust. Training in arts or culture should be by an individual. Training in sports should be by a trust. Then only it will be exempted. interstate security services provided to ABC Higher Secondary School for their annual day function organized in Fintech's auditorium outside the school campus. Outward supply taxable, but security services to school we don't have exemption, but that should be within the premises. But it is not within the premises. Due to that reason, it will be taxable under FCM. Then number 7, inputs to be received in 4 lots. Inward inputs to be received in 4 lots, out of which second lot was received during the month. So only on receipt of last lot we can take ITC. So in this case there is no ITC. So they gave it like inward, outward, everything together they gave. The company has following ITCs with it at the beginning of the tax period: CGST 57, SGST nil and IGST 50,000. Note, rate of CGST, SGST and IGST are 9%, 9% and 18% respectively. Both inward and outward supplies are exclusive of taxes wherever applicable. All conditions necessary for availing ITC have been fulfilled. The turnover of Nilkant was 2.5 crores in the previous year. Compute the minimum GST payable. First, we will prepare statement 1. What is that statement 1? Gross GST payable under FCM. So now, first one, so it will be coming, is it intra or inter? Intra. So 4 lakhs into 9%, that is 36,000, 36,000. Understood? Next, second one related to services, labor contract, repair, that is again intrastate. So 1 lakh into 9% and 9%, that is 9,000, 9,000. Then next, thereafter, interstate training in recreational activities relating to sports. So is it intra or inter? Inter. So 10,000 into 18%, 1,800. Then next we have security service, again inter. So security services, 15,000 into 18%, 2,700. So 45,000, 45,000 and 4,500. Statement 1. Clear? Now statement 2. Is there any GST under RCM? No. We don't have anything inward under RCM. So statement 3, computation of ITC, opening balance, CGST 57, SGST 0, IGST 50. What is the first inward supply? Composition dealer, no ITC, leave it. Next inward supply, membership, no ITC, leave it. And next one, GTA, yes, we can take ITC, and it is interstate. Interstate means IGST, 2 lakhs into 12%. 2 lakhs into 12%, 24,000. So say this, opening balance and 24,000. The next inward supply, again no ITC. So therefore, if you see the ITC, 57,000, nil and 74,000. Are you understanding? Now computation of net GST payable. What is the gross liability? IGST 45. But how much credit we have? 74. So 74,000 minus 4,500, 69,500. For what we will use? SGST. Because CGST credit we have, use for SGST, minus 45. Still how much you have? 24,500 that you use for CGST. Clear? And now CGST credit 57 we have, but already 24,500 we paid out of 45 means 20,500 only. So the GST payable will be nil. Okay, and there will be some excess credit carried forward. How much excess credit? 57 minus 20,500, 36,500 excess ITC carried forward. Excess ITC of CGST carried forward 36,500. You understood here? So this question was RTP November 22. Thereafter they have not tested this question in the exam. So there is a chance of asking a question like this, covering inward, outward, like this. Because if you see in this, they will also connect place of supply now. They will not directly give intrastate or interstate. They will connect place of supply. So you should determine whether it is intrastate or interstate. Okay. and this will be as for 10 marks. This is 8 marks. They gave intra, inter, me, whatever is intra, inter. Now you need to find out, and they will be coined this question. Same similar question you can expect for 10 marks. Exemptions you need to know, RCM you need to know, place of supply you need to know, input tax credit provisions you need to know. Covering these 4 things, they coined a question. Mark this question number 12 as very, very important. Okay. Then next one, RTP May 23, this is also very good question. Mr. Prithviraj, registered under GST, is engaged in supplying services as discussed in the table below in Maharashtra. He has furnished the following information with respect to the services provided or received by him during the month of February. So, Carnatic music performance given by Mr. Prithviraj to promote a brand of ready-made garments, intrastate transaction. Inward or outward? Outward. To promote a brand. Due to that reason, it will be taxable and it is not under RCM, so FCM. Outdoor catering services availed means inward. For a marketing event organized for his prospective customers, no ITC. Why no ITC? Food and beverages, outdoor catering. If inward supply, outward supply, same category, available, but it is not. Inward part of outward supply, no. Statutory obligation, no. Consequently, no ITC. Services of transportation of students provided to, means outward, to Subhaskar College, providing education as a part of curriculum, taxable. Why here? Only to category 1 it will be exempted. So, transportation service, catering, then security and housekeeping within the premises only for category 1 institution is exempted. But college means it's a category 2 institution. Legal service availed, inward, for official purpose from an advocate in Gujarat, taxable, but we need to see whether their turnover during the previous year does not exceed threshold limit. No, it exceeded. 4th point, you see, the turnover of Prithviraj was 2.5 crores in the previous financial year. So, it will be taxable under RCM. Then, services, and can we take ITC also? Yes. So, it will come in statement 2 as well as statement 3. First one will come only in statement 1. Second one will come in statement 3, but we cannot take ITC. Then, statement 1. Services provided to Wealth Bank as a business correspondent, provided to means outward, business correspondent with respect to accounts in the branch of the bank located in urban area, taxable. FCM or RCM? FCM. Why FCM? Business correspondent services to bank is not covered under RCM. Only agent of business correspondent to business correspondent or business facilitator to bank. So, therefore, it is taxable under FCM and it will come only in statement 1. Recovery agent service provided to a car dealer, inward or outward? Outward. Is it taxable? FCM or RCM? FCM. Only recovery agent service provided to bank or financial institution or NBFC will come under RCM. Car dealer, already we discussed, it will not be RCM, FCM only. So, where it will come? Statement 1. General insurance taken on a car, inward. General insurance taken on a car, inward. Seating capacity 5 means it does not exceed 13. Used for official purpose, no ITC, blocked credit. So, it will come in statement 3, but you cannot take ITC with respect to that. Clear? Now we need to take statement 1. What is statement 1? GST payable on outward supplies. First one, 1,40,000. Intrastate means 1,40,000 into 9% they are asking us to take. So, 12,600, 12,600. Next one, where it will come? Transportation of students, intra. So, again same, 1 lakh into 9%, So 9,000 and 9,000. Then next one, taxable outward. So business correspondent, again it is given intrastate. So 2 lakhs into 9%, 18,000 and 18,000. Next one, recovery agent service, intrastate only. So 15,000 into 9%, 1,350, 1,350. So GST payable under FCM, 40,950, 40,950 and nil. Statement 1 over. Statement 2, GST payable under RCM. What is the GST payable under RCM? Legal services interstate, given as interstate. So 1,75,000 into 18%, 31,500 legal service availed from an advocate. So can we take it as ITC? Yes. So now ITC statement, computation of ITC, is there any opening balance? No. So first inward supply, outdoor catering, but we cannot take ITC. Next inward supply, legal service, we can take 31,500. Next inward supply, general insurance, but we cannot take ITC. So only 31,500. Now this 31,500 you can set off with CGST, SGST liability. So 40,950, 31,000 we will divide equally. 31,500 divided by 2, 15,750. So 40,950 minus 15,750, that will be 25,200 CGST, SGST. But IGST liability, RCM liability, we have to pay in cash. So this is the answer. Is it clear? So whatever GST we paid under RCM can be taken as credit and adjusted against the FCM liability, CGST, SGST. Then question number 14 we discussed. Look into question number 15. This is an MTP question. Messrs. ABC and Company, a chartered accountancy firm, has its office in Bengaluru and is registered under GST in the state of Karnataka. It submitted the following information for the month of April. Statutory audit services provided, intrastate supplies 1,20,000, outward, and it will be taxable under FCM. Then ITR filing services provided within Karnataka, outward, again same, taxable FCM. Internal audit services, outward, taxable FCM. But we have intra and inter, that we need to divide. Messrs. ABC has also incurred the following expenses. Means what? All these are inward. All these are inward. Okay, first, car purchased by the firm for use of senior partner of the firm for official use, no ITC. Block credits. Office rent paid to landlord who is registered in the state of Karnataka. Yes, we can take ITC with respect to this. Then, whether RCM will be applicable? No. Why RCM not applicable? Commercial property. Only for residential property RCM will be applicable. So it is what? Office rent. Office rent. Office means what? Commercial property. No. Commercial property to registered person is FCM only. That's where I asked you to remember R. Residential property, residential purpose to a registered person is only covered under RCM. So therefore commercial property will never be coming under RCM. It is FCM only. So we are not paying any GST. Professional fee paid to Mr. Rajesh, a practicing chartered accountant, for professional services availed. TDS of 20,000 is deducted under 194J of Income Tax Act. So can we take this as ITC? Yes, we can take ITC and it is not RCM and all. Computer purchase for office purpose. Yes, we can take ITC, not RCM. Out of the above 4 suppliers or service providers, landlord of office to whom rent was paid did not upload his GSTR1 within the specified time limit. Means this office rent ITC gone. Okay, so not reflected in 2B. Means others reflected, yes. Compute the net GST payable. So directly we do the computation. First 1,20,000 intrastate means 1,20,000 into 9%, 10,800, 10,800. Then next one 1,60,000 into 9%, 14,400, 14,400. And then 1,80,000 into 18%, 32,400. Okay. Now we got 25,200, 25,200 and 32,400. Now ITC, only two ITCs, 18 and 3, 21,000. Once we set off, we got the net GST liability. Over. And ITC we need to write to what extent ITC is available. Okay, why it is available, why it is not available, that particulars. Then question number 16, sir, two MTPs, usually two series they will give, na? MTP series 1, MTP series 2, like that. That is this another. Guru Enterprises Delhi, a registered taxpayer, made a taxable supply to Y Limited Delhi. The details of said supply are as follows. Raining, it's raining? No. Okay. So a registered taxpayer made a taxable supply to Y Limited Delhi. The details of the said supply are as follows. Price of the goods excluding any taxes or discount, valuation related. So 10 lakhs will be taken as the transaction value. Tax levied by municipal authority 15(2)(a), any taxes, duties and cess by whatever name call other than GST to be included. In the given price it is not included. Excluding means before, therefore we need to add. Subsidy received from Jiva Enterprises Private Limited. The price above is after considering the above subsidy. So subsidy from Jiva Enterprise as per 15(2)(e), it is to be included, and in the given price it is excluded. How you know that it is excluded? The price is after consideration of subsidy, so therefore we need to add. Amount incurred by Y Limited for post delivery inspection, charges incurred post receipt of goods by Y Limited. Will it be included? No. Why it will not be coming? Because it is after delivery. So 15(2)(c), any expenditure incurred by the supplier and charge it to recipient before at the time of delivery will be included. Sir, but you said if it is incidental expenses, anytime it will be included. This is not incidental. Pre-delivery or post-delivery inspection. How inspection will be incidental? Even without inspecting, the product is ready, correct or not? Therefore, it is other expenses. Other expenses will be included in the value only when it is charged or incurred before or at the time of delivery. So here it will not be included. In respect of above supply, Guru Enterprises has procured some raw material. So they gave the outward supply data. Based on this, you need to determine the value. What is the value? 10 lakh plus 10,000 plus 1 lakh. How much? And some more points also there. We will see that. In respect of above supply, Guru Enterprise has procured some raw material from X Limited for which it owed 25,000. The said amount was directly paid by Y Limited to X Limited and was not included. So as per 15(2)(b), it is to be included. So add 25,000 also. It is not included in the price of the goods 10 lakh mentioned above. The payment of consideration for above supply was delayed by Y Limited. Hence, an interest amount of 20,000 in lump sum was also charged by Guru Enterprises. 15(2)(d), interest, late fee, penalty for delay in receipt of consideration to be included. But this 20,000 is lump sum. So take out the GST and then include. So therefore, we need to take out the GST, means how much we need to include? 20,000 into 100 divided by 112, 17,857 to be included. That's where the value will be 11,52,857. Are you getting this? On that, we need to compute GST. Is it intra or interstate supply? Where is it given? So Guru Enterprises Delhi made supply to Y Limited Delhi. So therefore, place of supply will be ending point. Therefore, intrastate. CGST 6%, SGST 6%. So that is this. Clear? Then question number 17. Gino Enterprises, a partnership firm, is a regular taxable person registered in Guwahati, Assam, and is engaged in supply of air conditioners and its accessories as well as air conditioned repair services. Details of their various activities for the month of October 2022 are as follows. Intrastate supply of air conditioner to customers in Assam. Freight is separately charged in invoice for delivery of goods at customer's doorstep. Value of goods 4 lakhs and freight charges charged separately in above invoices. Now, whether the freight is to be included in the value? Yes. So, where is it given? So, is engaged in supply of air conditioners to their suppliers. So, and they should incur the freight also because they are delivering the goods at the customer's doorstep. So, therefore, it should be added. Then, intrastate supply of repairing services, wherein apart from charging service charges, cost of parts or spares provided to customers is also charged and consideration for the same separately mentioned in invoice. So, in that repair, value of services, value of parts. So, this also should be included. Okay, but mainly they gave the rates. Air conditioner 12%, freight 12%. Now this AC, sale of AC and freight, composite supply or mixed supply? Composite supply, because they are delivering the customer's doorstep. So therefore it is composite supply. And what is the rate that will be applicable? 12%. Even there is no confusion in the rate. So directly we will take 12%. So 4 lakhs and 1 lakh will be taxable at 12%. It is given clearly as intrastate. That's why CGST, SGST 6%. Is it clear here? Then value of service component in invoice 3 lakhs, parts and spares. Now what about this? Composite or not? Because parts and accessories 12%, service is 18%. What is your answer? Repairing service, wherein apart from charging service charges, cost of parts or spares provided to customer is also charged, and the consideration for the same is separately mentioned in invoice. Listen, sometimes the part may be used, may not be used. So it is not a composite. Correct. Every repair involves a change in part. Means sometimes I will do only repair, sometimes I will do repair plus replacement of part. And next, is the price single price or separate price? Separate. It is not composite. It is not even mixed. So it will be taxable as individual supplies. So therefore, for this 3 lakhs, we need to take intra only 9%. For 50,000, we need to take 6%. So for 3 lakhs 9%, for 56%. See the note 2. Value of parts is not naturally bundled, and also separate price is available. So rate applicable to parts will be applicable. Okay. But one circular we saw. What is that circular? Related to cars. Related to cars, even though it is composite supply, etc., we have to treat it always as individual supplies. But here that point is not applicable because it is not car. Even then we are taking individual supplies because this replacement of parts and service, repair service, is not naturally bundled. You understood your second one? Then third, in order to enhance their sales and to clear the stock of old models of AC, Gino Enterprises made combo offers to customers, wherein if a customer purchases an air conditioner along with the stabilizer, the same is offered at a combo price of 20,000 as against the original price of 30,000, that is AC 22, stabilizer 8, if these are purchased separately. During October, Gino Enterprise has made interstate supply of 10 numbers of such combo products. Tell me whether this will be naturally bundled. No. not naturally bundled. The moment when you say combo, which means you are not always required to buy that as a combo. You can buy individually also, correct? Means not naturally bundled. Is it for a single price? Yes. Therefore, it will become mixed supply and highest rate between AC and stabilizer. So, what is the highest rate? 18%. So, therefore, on this 20 into 10 into 18% will be taken, mixed supply. So, see note 3, 2 or more supplies not naturally bundled and highest rate will be taken, therefore 18% is applicable. You understood? So, everything is related to that composite supply, mixed supply, individual supplies. Then next one, purchased business class air tickets for intrastate travel from Guwahati Airport, Assam to Dibrugarh Airport, Assam for its executive employees. So, it is an inward supply, okay, relating to business of the concern. Basic airfare was 40,000 and airline charged CGST 2.5 and SGST 2.5 each on basic freight in case the same is applicable. Now, so what is that? Airlines, what is the rate of GST? 2.5, 2.5. So, means can we take it as ITC? Yes. All the figures mentioned above exclusive taxes. In respect of few invoices relating to financial year 21-22 involving ITC of CGST was not taken earlier. Can we take the ITC now? Yes. So, therefore, ITC if you see, so this is the gross liability 60, 60, 36. ITC if you see, airfare 40,000 into 2.5, 2.5, 1000 and 1000, and CGST, SGST credit 20, 20 and IGST 80. Okay. So, that can be taken. And what is an net GST payable? IGST also can be taken, na? Yes. Availment of ITC. So, what is the time limit by which we need to avail ITC? You tell me. Financial year 21-22. 30th November of succeeding financial year or date of filing annual return, whichever is earlier. We are still in October 2022. So, time limit for availment of ITC has not expired. So, due to that reason, we can definitely take this ITC. So, take this 80,000 also. No, it is set off, but you take that IGST credit, availment of ITC, I will tell you. You take that because first for airfare and these two ITCs we can avail. Okay. How we got 22 like that? You will be asking. No, that's why I am telling you. 40,000 into 2.5%, that will be 1000. Okay. So, first inward supply, this is first inward supply, and thereafter this is ITC not availed, at that time we have availed. So, you put this as a separate statement. This you put as one statement. This is statement number 1 like that, and this you put as separate statement, statement number 3, and then you do the set off. Okay. So, when you do the set off, what will be the net GST payable? So, 80,000 we can utilize for payment of 36,000. So, 80,000 minus 36,000, still 44,000 we have. So, we can equally distribute between CGST, SGST. Then, so whether we can take CGST, SGST credit of 21,000, 21,000 also? Yes. So, that statement you put separately, okay, because here everything is given together. What I am requesting you is that don't do like this. We followed a template, na? I am adjusting the answer as per the template, okay. So, statement 1 gross GST, statement 3 ITC. Yes, what's your doubt, ma? Huh. That's why I have written there. So, CGST 1000, 1000, SGST, then 20,000, 20,000, then here 80,000, 80,000, So we have 21 CGST, 21 SGST, 80,000 IGST. Okay, this is statement 3. Now statement 4. What is statement 4? Computation of net GST payable. Gross GST payable. Gross GST payable will be 60,000, 60,000 and 36,000 minus IGST credit. What is that IGST credit? First we will use 36,000 and then we will use 22,000 and 22,000 and finally CGST and SGST credit. What is that CGST and SGST credits? 21 and 21. I am setting off. Now I will get one answer, that is net GST payable. When you present it in exam like this, so that the step marks also you will get and you will not miss out anything, is what I am trying to say. 60,000 minus 22,000 minus 21,000, 17,000 CGST, 17 is GST and nil will be IGST. Okay. Next, question number 18. 18 we discussed. No. Okay. Question number 18. Miss Nitya, proprietor of Messrs. Honest Enterprises, a registered supplier of taxable goods and services in the state of West Bengal, pays GST under regular scheme. It is not eligible for any threshold exemption. It provides the following information for the month of December 2022. Outward supply, intrastate supply of goods to Messrs. Natural and Sons. So clearly they have distinguished outward and inward. Okay. So intrastate supply of goods to Natural and Sons. So it will be taxable. We don't have any exemption, correct or not? And that too it will be taxable under FCM. So all these things should come in statement 1. Intrastate transfer of goods to its branch office in the state of West Bengal. Where are they located? West Bengal. They are sending in the West Bengal. Both places are under same GSTIN, not a supply. Why not a supply? Sir, without consideration, when you are sending it to the branch, the transaction between distinct persons is treated as supply. So DRIP, R for related party transaction, including transaction between distinct person. But who are called as distinct person? One registration of the person to their another registration, but they have not obtained separate registration. That's why it is not a supply. Provided interstate supply of sponsorship service to XYZ Limited of Chennai, it will be taxable under RCM. So Nitya will not pay GST. So GST will be payable by the recipient, because sponsorship service, it will come under RCM when? If the recipient is body, corporate or firm. So sponsorship service will come under RCM if the recipient is body, corporate or firm. So it will not be taxable in the hands of this Honest Enterprises. It will be taxable in the hands of the recipient, that is XYZ Limited. All these are outward. Outward taxable under RCM means you just report it, don't add it to the liability, just write the note. Advance receipt for future supply of management consultancy services to Mr. Sharath. So yes, it will be taxable under FCM. Why? In this month itself we need to pay on advance because it is services. In case of services, we need to pay GST on advances. If it is goods, we will pay GST only on invoice. But for services, whichever month we have received the services advance, we will pay GST in that month itself. Understood these 4 transactions? Then inward supply, intrastate, purchase of taxable goods from registered suppliers. So yes, we can take ITC with respect to this. Availed works contract service for repair of office building, amount of repair was debited to P&L. We can take ITC. It is not capitalized. Avail legal service from advocate to represent a matter in the court relating to collection of disputed proceeds. It will come in statement to RCM plus we can even avail ITC, and CGST, SGST they have given. So it is not eligible for any threshold exemption. Then all conditions necessary have been fulfilled. Rates they have given, goods and services. Compute the GST payable. First statement we will prepare here. 7 lakhs will be intrastate. So 7 lakhs into 2.5, 2.5. 17,500 and 17,500. You can see working note 1. Computation of GST payable under FCM. 17,500, 17,500. Next transaction not a supply. Okay. Thereafter next transaction taxable under RCM, so don't include in their liability. Thereafter next transaction 40 is intrastate. So 40,000 into CGST, SGST 3,600, 3,600. So we got this. Now working note 2. What is working note 2? Payment of GST under RCM. Correct. So payment of GST under RCM only one service, that is legal service. Within the state, yes. Avail legal service from an advocate. All these are intrastate. So 50,000 into 9%, 9%, 4,500, 4,500. Then working note 3. Working note 3, computation of ITC. Is there any opening balance? No. 3 ITCs we can take. So 8 lakhs into goods na. So 2.5%, 20,000, 20,000. And then works contract service, 30,000 into 9%, 2,700, 2,700. And legal service also 4,545. Now, first FCM liability, 2,100, 2,100 minus ITC. How much ITC we have? 27,200, 27,200. So we can set off. But the remaining ITC don't set off for 4,500. That 4,500 always we need to pay by cash. Even though we have excess credit, but the excess credit cannot be set off with RCM liability. So what is the excess ITC carried forward? What is the excess ITC that is carried forward? So if you see here, we had 27,200 minus 4,500, that is 22,000. Sorry, 27,200 minus 2,100, that will be 6,100 will be carried forward. Sir, can't we use it for RCM liability? No. GST paid under RCM can be taken as ITC and can be utilized only against FCM liability. GST paid under RCM should always be paid using the cash ledger. Then like that, one more point also we discussed yesterday recently, that we have to pay under RCM, we have to pay only using cash. What is that? E-commerce operator paying GST on restaurant services, correct? Recently we have discussed GST by e-commerce operator on restaurant service. They cannot use credit because that 5% is without ITC. That has to be paid only using cash ledger. 19 discussed. So yes, so we completed this integrated case studies questions, comprehensive questions these are, and 10 marks. These are all 10 marks questions. Mostly it will be like this. That's what I told you na. Mostly it will be like this. Extra one more thing, in all these questions they have given intra and inter directly in the question. But nowadays in exam we need to identify whether it is intra or inter. For the 2 marks extra they are giving. So we need to apply the place of supply provisions and determine. So place of supply provisions also we should be knowing.